Slipped on a pop top, blew out my flip flop. Now all I do is trade options all day. So apparently, this guy, Jimmy Buffett, right here, is that his name, Bart? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's Jimmy Buffett. Allegedly, he is a very successful investor. So I thought, wouldn't we just look at what he invests in and do the same? So let's take a look right now. If you look at the number 1 and 2 holdings of this Buffett fellow, he likes that Apple. I like Apple too. He likes that Apple. 41.4% of his money is invested into that stock. And then we look at number 2. Hey, Bank of America, don't you own some of that, Bart? I do. I do own some Bank of America, and it is down today, isn't it? Downtown to Chinatown. So he has 10.8% invested of his assets invested into Bank of America. So that'd probably be a lot of billions. Yes, it probably would. So I wanted to take a look at our current Bank of America position because we have a dirty option right there. It is dirty, isn't it? It's down 176%. Is that even an equation? Apparently it is. So it's down big today because it's a 34.50 put, and the current price of Bank of America as of this second. And what time is it? It's 10:18 a.m. Friday, February 24th. And you know what we do? We do it live. So it's at 34.03, and this option is at 34.50. So if I just let this thing ride and nothing else changes with Bank of America today, I would pay 34.50 a share for an asset that's currently going for 34.03. And not only would I pay that one time, I'd pay it 300 times because I have 3 contracts, each representing 100 shares. Because as we have talked about before, one contract of an option represents 100 shares of what they call the underlying. I just call it a stock. Yeah, me too. It represents 100 shares of that stock. So in this case, 3 contracts, 300 shares of Bank of America on the table. And I was thinking, about maybe, just maybe, rolling out of this, rolling out and down, and then coming back in and buying 200 shares of Bank of America and then selling those 2 contracts of call options out like 2 to 3 weeks. And just because of a couple of factors. One is this: we like Bank of America. I currently have 800 shares. 800 shares doesn't represent, this is just the trade here, which shows that I'm currently down 170% on this trade because we collected $51 for the 3 contracts that we sold. So we put the $51 in our pocket, but if we were to just buy to close that trade right now, it would cost us roughly $135 to do so. So we would be out of money. And when my wife, Sparkle Barbie, when she agreed to let me, mess around with some of our do-re-mi in these options trades, she said, just remember rule number 1. Well, what's rule number 1? Don't lose money. Is there a second rule? Yes. Rule number 2. Don't forget rule number 1. And then she slapped me. That's domestic violence. Is it funny, Bart? No, it's not. So if we were to do that, I could let it ride and hope that Bank of America continues to go up today because it has. Let's take a look at it. It was down 34. I was down to 33.80 or 85. Let's take a look at today. Bank of America was all the way down. Hey, where'd it go? So right after opening bell, Bank of America was at 33.88, and then it rose to 34.11, then boom, back down, 33.89, back up, back down, and now it's up. Is it going to go sideways? Or because of what this little baby pattern has suggested, is it going to go down again? Okay, so that's what we want to keep an eye on, but I was going to just go ahead and make some moves on it right now and then try to Yahtzee it. What just happened? We don't know. Is it just updating us here? Maybe. It's that darn farm field internet, isn't it? Yeah, I think we're having technical difficulties with the internet. But I don't know. Are we? We'll see. So we want to think about Bank of America. I got to check on my internet because I don't know if it's still recording. It looks like it's still recording, Bart, but I want to make sure that that trade is done live. So we're going to research Bank of America a little bit more. Let's take a look at over on the Yahoo. The Yahoo, if we look at, this is a 1 month chart that I have pulled up. And if we look at the blue line, so that's the share price. Let's move it up a little so we can see the date. So on these days, you can see where they were closing 35.30, 35.48. Then it started to move up 35.92 into the 36s, got up all the way to 36.77 on February 7th. And then it's been downtrending since. And as you can see, based on all these moving averages, it's currently under the 50 and the 20-day moving average, which typically means, hey, that could be good for us as an investor, but this market as a whole has been trending down, and it can continue to trend down. We have no idea, do we? We really don't. We have no idea how that market is going to treat us this year. So should we move on Bank of America or let it ride? Is it going to continue to ride up? I'd still like to be put those shares, believe it or not. But of course, as a scarcity-minded investor, my subconscious would feel much better if that was closer to that 34.50 strike and not, a big number that I have to feel like I lost on paper right away. If it was to close right now and I lost 40 cents a share, that'd be $180 or $120 in the hole to begin that position if I was put those shares right now. But of course, we would then immediately sell some calls on it, make that money back. And also, we're going to be collecting a dividend on this because they're going ex-div next week, which would be March 2nd. So we need to own that on March 1st or before. So today is what, the 27th? The 24th. Man, we still got some time, don't we? So it's the 24th. So next Friday is March 3rd. So we would need to own this by March 1st in order to collect this 22 cents a share dividend. So on the 300 shares, that would represent $66 in our pocket. $66 in our pocket. That would be okay, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would. So I think I've currently changed my mind. Thanks, Bart. So you're going to do nothing in this video? Well, we talked and we had a good time together. We looked at Bank of America. We looked over here, how they feel on the Zacks. It seems like they just rate everything a hold. I mean, come on, Zach Morris and Screech. Show me something different than a 3. They got a value at an F, growth as an F, and a D for momentum. Kind of like my college grades, but I did have an A+ in keg stands. But over here on Alpha Spread, which I'm beginning to prefer way more than Zacks, just because they typically think more like I do, which is they have Bank of America undervalued by 30% with a base case intrinsic value of $48.59. So me likey that because we already have 800 shares of Bank of America. I would like to add to that position because this Jimmy Buffett fella right here has a bunch of Bank of America, and apparently he's very wealthy. So we want to check out some of his trades and emulate his success as well. So at the moment, we see it starting to go. Well, look, it tried to go down just a tick, and it's already back up here at 34.08. So right now, I'm going to watch it. It's only 10:26 a.m., so we have several hours before the bell rings, ding-a-ding-ding, on this Friday, February 24th. But I will come back because I want to visit with you some of these positions that we have. Yeah, see, my internet is just, where's Elon Musk when you need him? I'm on the waiting list for the Starlink, and I've been on the waiting list for a year. Where is it? Hello, Bart. This is Elon. Your satellite is not ready yet. I'm busy with the Twitter and the Tesla. Okay, fine, but just get me some high-speed internet soon. I will call you personally. Did that sound like him? I don't think it did, Bart. It sounded like a robot. Well, that's kind of what he is. So I'm going to look through some of these and decide what we're going to do. As of now, with the puts on the Bank of America at 34.50, we're going to let it ride, and we will revisit that today with what we want to do. We're going to let it go and be put shares, hopefully close to the 34.50, or is Bank of America going to trend back down today and we'll roll out of that position, probably buy some shares, sell the calls on those, but make sure that we sell those calls after the ex-dividend date so we can lock in, the 2.5% spread right there. That's not bad. And then later, probably over the weekend, I want to put together my balance sheet on Bank of America as far as where we bought the 800 shares we have now, the dividends we've received thus far, which I don't think I've received any Bank of America. I haven't been in that position very long, but I'll have to revisit all the premiums we've collected, put all together in a spreadsheet to share with you so we can discuss. So I will come back. I promise we'll do something in the next video, but as of now, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to share this with a lovable friend. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Click the notification bell. Like it as many times as you possibly can. Leave some comments. I'd love to interact with you, because in order to have a relationship, which is what we are developing together, you and I must make a pact. We got to bring our communication back. We have to communicate to have a relationship, and we are becoming best friends in stocks, options, and dividends. I will see you in the next video.